Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha News, a brand new halacha for you. And it's for Friday, 25th day of March, 22nd day of ADAR Sheni. Today we're going to talk to you, of course, about Parshas Parah, which is this coming Shabbos. That means we will lane a special reading out of a second Sefer Torah. That'll be from Parshas Chukas, where we will discuss the laws of the Parah Aduma. And that's because we're coming up soon upon Rosh Chodesh Nisan, and during this time of the year, all the Jews have to make sure to get all impurities of tumas mace, of having come into contact with something of the dead. We won't go into all the details of that topic, but they would have to have the ashes of the Parah Aduma sprinkled, the red heifer, sprinkled upon themselves at this time of the year. So we learn about this topic at least through the Torah reading, and we read that on the Shabbos, this Shabbos, the one that precedes Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Okay, because Parshas HaChodesh is going to be right exactly on next Shabbos, but that we'll discuss next Shabbos. Okay, so the question we have to deal with today, sorry, that was a long intro. The question we have to deal with is, do we have to be as careful as, like, must hear every single word of Parshas Parah? Must I get to shul no matter what? So here are some of the details on it. The Shulchan Aruch says that it's a Torah obligation. If it's a Torah obligation, you better be sure that everyone who can has to try to get themselves to shul to hear the Torah reading of Parshas Parah this Shabbos, because it's a Torah obligation. So says the Shulchan Aruch. The Mishnah Berurah brings many opinions that differ and say that no, generally it's a d'Rabbanan, it's a rabbinic mitzvah, and that would make it a little more lenient than Parshas Zachar. But still, I would say a person should try to get to shul and try to hear Parshas Parah, because the Shulchan Aruch is calling it a biblical command. The Mishnah Berurah is bringing a bunch of rabbis who say that it's a rabbinic command. So what if you miss a word? So maybe I miss a word and it's a rabbinic thing. So if I miss a word or a sentence, maybe it shouldn't matter at all. So still, even when it's a rabbinic command, we would want to try to hear every single word of Parshas Parah. So you should still try to do that. The Mishnah Berurah also does say that the first 10 sentences of Parshas Parah are not as crucial. The main ones, the ones that you would like more strongly have to hear, would be the last 12 sentences of Parshas Parah, and he would say that you should really try very seriously to make sure to get every word of those last 12 sentences of Parshas Parah. Rav Shmuel Kamenetsky paskins that it's okay to miss a word or some words here and there of Parshas Parah, and you wouldn't have to worry like, oh no, I got to go to another Torah reading because I think I missed a word of Parshas Parah. He says that we don't have to treat it like that. So you're seeing in what I've read to you just real quickly here is that there are differing opinions, differing levels of strictness that may apply to listening to Parshas Parah. So bottom line, try to get to shul. It is important. Try to hear every word. That's important too. But probably if you missed a word, you won't have to say, oh my gosh, I've got to go to the next Torah reading to hear Parshas Parah then. It doesn't seem that it's quite that strict, certainly according to the way the Rav Shmuel Kamenetsky is saying it to us. So there you have a quick rundown of some of the thoughts on the seriousness of Parshas Parah, and a very quick explanation of it. Have a great Shabbos. Log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.